Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin Bros. Kids, it's Wednesday, and our guest, who you know, don't you dare pan to him yet. Don't you dare pan to him yet. Requested a pre-show prayer today. So if you could play that music real quick. There we go. And now you can pan to him. There he is, Ray Cash Care, ladies and gentlemen.
There I am. Hello.
Pre-show prayer. Through Christ, anything is possible, Ray.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Praise the Lord.
Yeah. How do you feel? You think you're going to heaven or hell?
Right now it's hell, but I'm working on going to heaven. Wife's been Trisha's been. I love you, baby. She's been working with me with that. Going to church, trying to be a better human being. We'll see.
Really? That's not real. What church you go to? Is it Catholic? What
No.
religion? You don't have to say the exact name of the church.
No, it's a Christian.
Oh, Christian. Okay.
Pretty laid back. A lot of team guys go there. You can wear shorts, flip flops. It's
That's
very
great.
chill. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Look,
Wait, so the implication there is that team guys wouldn't come unless they were able to dress like fucking bums.
probably right.
You know, I missed you. I missed you.
I just make observations. You know?
I'm always happy to see you. I could give two fucks about him every time. Every time.
He's real hit and miss over there. You know, he's real hit and miss. But if you're wearing flip-flops to church, that is worthy of discussion here. So is it tees, and are you guys wearing like FUBAR? Or is it just your coffee? Is it your coffee t-shirts? What do you wear to say, hey, dude, I'm here?
Well, it's not fucking FUBAR.
No, it's size medium affliction shirts, right?
Yeah.
And
Do you still wearing the white ones?
Okay, that was so last year. You're so behind the times. No.
Is it Ed Hardy? Like,
No,
what are we doing?
I wear a t-shirt, a pair of shorts or jeans, and I wear my Converse. That's what I wear.
Okay. And so when you go up, do you take the body and the blood of Christ?
No, we don't. It's not like that at all.
Is there a guitar? Is there an acoustic guitar?
There's a band. Okay. And our pastor had me do my 1,320 push-ups, break it in half, 30-minute session, 30-minute session.
No way.
Yeah.
And how many did you do?
Whatever 1,320 is, divide that by 2.
I understand, but were you able to complete it, or was there more pressure because Jesus was on your back?
Well, Jesus was on my back, but there was a spotlight on me, and I was sweating like I stole it. But it sucked because he put me in the front. I thought he was going to put me in the back, and he put me in the front. Mm-hmm. And and the wife's right there, the kids are there. You can't let them down.
So as the Lord's force, did you tear any fucking phone books in half?
Yeah.
No,
Jesus
I'm not there
Christ,
yet.
Did you bend any iron?
God Warriors? Are you a God Warrior?
No.
What were they called?
If you are,
My wife has me going to church. I'm trying to be a better person.
Ray,
Fuck you both.
I love it. And here's what I say about any form of religion. As long as it gets you through the day, great. I'm not going to make fun of it.
Well, he's on my shit.
He's not. We're just concerned. Like, we want to know what you're getting into. I don't want you to end up where an adult male's penis is inside your butt and you're in a sex cult.
No, and I'm not Sheldon's mom off of fucking Young Sheldon. It's just it makes my wife happy.
Wait, what?
There's a show called Young
Sheldon.
Sheldon. She's a super religious lady. I'm not that guy. Right?
Are you a fan of Young Sheldon?
I love that fucking show. I love it.
That was a really weird reference to make, to be honest, because nobody out there watches Young Sheldon.
Well, none of you. Hey, I'm fucking 51. Suck my dick. I watch old shows.
But I said another man's penis in your asshole, and the first thing you said was Young Sheldon.
Yeah, and he's autistic too, which makes you a double predator.
Look, there's not much I won't do on this show, so careful what you.
What do you have? What did you put in that coffee?
Some creamer. Oh God, here we go.
He's a great.
Was it the Halo creamer? The scoop, the powder.
Oh, yeah,
stuff?
did you scoop it? That shit's amazing.
Oh, you should
No,
try
I didn't know
it.
we
try
had
it.
It's
Yeah.
Bubs.
It's Bubs. Bubs Natural.
Glenn Doherty's.
Oh yeah. I
Foundation.
use that.
Pop it open.
Is it open?
Well, I
yeah.
mean,
Okay. Let me just.
You don't want to add
You
it
can do
to
whatever you
this
want
now.
here, Ray. Yes, you can. Who cares?
You can do whatever you want.
Get it in. He's got to get some protein. He's looking very small.
Well, that's not protein.
Usually Ray is a lot bigger. He's looking very tiny right now. He's leaning out, I think.
Are you going to stand up?
I think he's leaning. That's just his height. Wait, when you stand up, go to his single real quick. When you stand
There's
up,
a
is he
tab
out of
on
frame?
this side.
Ray, stand up real quick. I just want to see if you're still in frame or. Oh my God, dude.
Yes,
you're
I'm still in frame.
No
I'm fucking
way.
5'7". Fuck you all.
Still taller than Liver King.
Dan is
I
sitting
am
down,
taller
dude.
than Liver King.
Dan is sitting down, and you guys are eye to eye.
I can't even. My feet don't even touch the ground right now. I did this on purpose.
Walking in Memphis.
This stuff is good.
That stuff is really good, by the way. BubsNaturals.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros, 20% off. I love that company, and we just got this in, so it serves as creamer, and it's fucking rad, dude. I didn't know it was going to happen today. We didn't know Ray was going to be here today. It was one of those happy accidents where guests backed out. I get a friendly phone call from Ray Cash Care. Said, "Hey, dude, I just flew in. You want to rock?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, come on down, dude. Come on down to the new studio."
I really wish you would have asked me.
Well, look at that. He's offering you some cream.
I would have said
Well,
no.
that is good. That is good.
It's really good.
That is good.
It's a nice dose of collagen and MCT and shit.
It is. And it's good. Like, it's Christ approved.
You know, I swore that I was going to come on today and be serious.
Yep.
And be well articulated.
Uh-huh.
About what?
About everything in life, just life.
Why? Why change it up at this point in your life?
I don't know.
Yeah, at 51, dude. Just stay who you are.
I turned 51 Sunday.
And you're
Congratulations.
What, all of a sudden you're going to stop dragging your knuckles because you're 51 now?
It's a new time. I do want to I got to tell everybody one thing. Is it okay?
Yeah.
So I had this huge birthday party bash when I turned 50, and it was a huge surprise. Rob O'Neill comes on this show, and I love Rob O'Neill. He's one of my best friends, but he's also a village idiot.
Yes.
And he says, you have to watch the show. And he went on and on and on. And I'm like, okay, I'll watch the show. And what does he say? He's like, yeah, Ray's wife has been trying to get a hold of everybody. He literally has me listen to the show so I know I have a surprise birthday party. My wife hates you two and him.
Did she know? Because Rob came on the show and he said, hey, she'll never listen to this. She'll never know.
I told her.
Oh, you did?
I told her after the fact.
Okay.
But she was not happy.
That's kind of your own fault then.
It is, but I never lied to my wife.
Oh, Ray. Is there an opposite sound effect other than, what's the hell noise that we have?
That's just a guy getting eaten by a bear.
Oh,
Play that real quick, because that's that's the lie you just told right there.
There it is.
Hang on.
It gets
Hang
worse.
on, Ray.
Those are headphones.
Yeah. Put the headphones on and we'll turn it up louder for you. Yeah. That's where you're going, friend. Right there.
First class ticket.
It's a real guy getting killed by a bear right there.
Yeah, it's that grizzly man or whatever.
That's
the
real.
Fuck.
That's real.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. We do a segment on Ross Passion Revolution called Nature Nook where people get killed by animals.
That's horrible.
And that's our theme song.
I'm making fun of the sound, and it was a guy really dying.
Look, that's heaven and hell, right? And I'm sorry to have to tell you that.
I really don't care. Keep going.
That's what it is. You know what
How
I'm
long?
saying?
Like if somebody does something really stupid and dies because of it, how long is it appropriate to wait to start making fun of them?
6 minutes.
Well, look,
I wait for the crowd to gather.
How long did you guys wait when I was in the hospital? And you guys were like, "Hey, he died from AIDS."
No amount of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's probably right.
Yeah.
Right.
But we were trying to put that out into the universe too. You know what I mean?
And that's what you got to do, right? You got to put things out into the universe.
What is that called?
Pray about
what do dumb white women call that? Manifesting.
Manifest it. Yeah, you got to manifest it. It was
dumb white women.
Yeah. What was the?
yeah.
Did you ever watch The Secret on DVD? Right. And did that help you at all?
No.
Are you sure? Are you serious?
What is The Secret?
The Secret was a big fad for, what would you say? What would you reckon? A year and a half?
Is it that Ty Pennington dude or something? Because he does that. He makes the vision board and all that dumb shit.
Yeah. It's a vision board essentially, and then you put it on there. But it had this like red stamp on it that made it seem like, oh man, this is a secret I'm telling you.
No, The Secret is the same as what's known as the Word of Faith Christian evangelical movement, where they tell you that Jesus was rich and that you can also be rich.
Yep.
It's just like a multi-level marketing scheme.
Yeah,
basically.
and it worked because we all bought it.
Well,
we all
that's why
bought the goddamn
Joel
thing.
Osteen is rich because of that. Because
The pyramid.
Joel Osteen tells people that they can also be rich as long as they give to God, but the money comes to the church, which goes to him.
Yeah, and
That's how it works.
then Joel's going to give it to God, but I'm not sure if it's when he sees
Well,
him.
he uses it in the glory of God.
Oh, gotcha.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I liked manifesting better when it was called Manifest Destiny.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing.
I agree with you. I don't think we should be showing the native population that much respect or concern, to be honest, because they lost.
Yeah.
And we don't treat losers. Like, I don't like Confederates either.
Stacking
They
the
fucking
W's.
lost.
Stacking
Well,
the
because they
W's.
came in second.
Yeah.
We only care about winners. If
Yeah.
they won, we would celebrate you.
I mean,
No one
I
remembers
would,
a loser.
No, and I remember as a child, you know this, in Georgia, Stone Mountain, they got the Confederate figures carved into the mountain. They spent all this time on it and all this other shit. And I was like, that's for second place. Like, I don't remember who was in second place.
No, I upper decked all the toilets there.
Yeah. And now they're so big and they're carved into granite that they can't do anything about it, so they're stuck there. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There are 5 bus lines. If you put 5 buses in a row, That's how deep into the granite these people are carved into it. So it's like Robert E. Lee and some of the other ones.
Yeah, it's amazing those fucking retarded hill people figured it out, to be honest.
Well, look.
Because usually it takes a pretty skilled person to carve into something like that. If you're carving lime or something, you fuck up, you just get a new piece. Not that it's easy to do that, but it's a lot easier than putting rock back onto a mountain.
It'd be funny if that was the last thing they had the slaves do. They're like, right, you can let you go. We have one more job.
But
I mean, that would be very Pharaoh-esque of them, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, you have Mount Rushmore that's the size of this if you go visit. Have you ever visited
Yeah,
Mount?
it's tiny.
Yeah, because it's 1,000 fucking meters away, man.
It's
It's
tiny.
shit.
Bob, I just texted you a video of Ray, if we could play that on the show. This thing's been going viral. I wanted to ask you about it. And how many millions of views does this fucking thing have now?
Last time I looked, 12.5 on whatever the fuck TikTok is. I hate TikTok. And
Well, can I tell you to get used to it?
I know it's the future. I know
It's not that even YouTube. So like we're on Patreon
Yeah.
right now, simply because YouTube has moved to shorts.
Yeah.
So like Dan did a speech about tanks, a couple of them on a show. We don't really remember them because the social media team clips them up for us.
Yeah.
That's where they're going. And these 60-second clips are what everybody wants to move to now. And it's like, fuck you.
TikTok is doing a new thing. My wife just sent me this today, where it's you can do paid content of like 20-minute shows.
really.
You can make a little sitcom.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
For TikTok?
And it's like you can paywall it.
No shit.
You know what I
get that.
won't be doing is business with the fucking Chinese government.
Yeah.
So fuck that.
It's weird. I wonder how long they're going to go for, if they're going to sell, or what's going to happen with that.
They're going to have to. Frankly, I think Oracle or one of those companies that was in bidding for him before is going to have to buy them.
I agree.
And it's going to be what, $3 billion? I think was the sale price.
Probably
they were
higher
talking
now.
about.
It's probably going to be higher now.
It probably will be higher now. Yeah.
I put it at 8 to 10 at this point.
But that's Congress just voted last week, I think, to give the president authority to ban TikTok.
Yep.
So we'll see if he does. I mean, I think he's probably saving it for the campaign. But so sometime next summer, late summer, early fall, it'll probably get banned.
It would piss off the young voters, I can tell you that. They love it. Bob, I just texted you the video. If you want to play it for the audience, we can play it here.
Here we go.
Here's Ray
Flash for
Cashcare.
everything. It's not personal. You just need to go home and you
That's
need to
snow.
train more. But I can't have you holding this class back up.
Please don't do this.
I can't, brother. This is not personal. It's performance. You're holding
Please
the class
don't
back.
do
You're
this.
not making the cut. You got to go. Ring the bell 3 times.
I'm not quitting. You're making me quit.
I'm making you quit because
Based on performance,
Based on
you're
performance.
quitting. We're asking you to quit. You're holding your class back. If this continues, the entire class is going to be fucking absent. Ring the bell 3 times. You're done.
There you go. There's 4. Just what I'd expect. Get it. Hey, take him. Roll and take him out of here. Thank you.
All right.
What if he had said no and refused to ring the bell?
Then he would have just left.
Really?
Yeah, I would have. He still had to go.
So give the audience some context to that, because obviously we do audio and video shows here.
Okay.
Give the audience some context to that video. Where were you? What were you doing? And what were these kids doing with you?
All right.
North Korea.
Yeah, it was in North Korea. So we were in, of all places, Chino Hills, California. It snowed and hailed the whole week. This is not kids.
So this is like 2 weeks ago, maybe?
a little bit.
Week and a half?
A little longer than that. 2.5 weeks ago.
2.5, okay.
2.5 weeks ago. These are grown-ass men. This is a $7,000 course. Not fucking 15. It's $7,000 because everybody and their mother. We actually put it on the website, so it's more just to piss people off. It's $7,000. The guy had 6 months to fucking train for it. He gets a workout plan. He gets a nutrition plan. He has a weekly check-in. He doesn't do fucking any of it. None of it. Shows up in his 30s, looking like shit. Doesn't make the fucking cut. He's holding the class back, and he got performance drop. And his reaction and everybody else in today's society, this is what they think. They think that they can fucking show up, and just because they pay the money, they don't have to do anything. They can not meet the standard. And his thing was, well, I'm not going to quit. I'm like, you're not going to quit, but you suck. You can't hold, right? You can't hold evolution back.
Right.
And let's get real. I know I joke around. This happens in growing up, playing sports. If you don't make the wrestling team, you get cut. If you don't make the football team, you get cut. In careers, he's the guy that takes, in the job world, he's the guy that takes 20,000 fucking smoke breaks, shows up right as the time's supposed to be there, the first one out the door. And this is the problem with society. And this is what pisses me off. And this is from the project where you saw this. And I just was talking to Dan about this. Men today's men, this new generation, is fucking weak. I'm not saying I'm strong, but they're weak. They want instantaneous gratification. They don't want to put in the fucking work, and they want the results. Everybody wants to be a Navy SEAL, but they don't want to go to Buds.
Do you think they actually do want the results?
I don't think they know what the fucking results are.
Yeah.
I think they see people that are getting the results, and they want to do it, right? Like, it's been said, success is on the other side of hard work. Everybody wants success, but nobody wants... You guys work your ass off. You goof off here, but you guys are fucking professionals, and you built something big. You didn't do that by, you got to put in the work. These guys don't want to put in the work. And what pisses me off is people, and then everybody's bitching, you should have given him a refund. Fuck that. I'm not giving him a refund. He wasted a spot of somebody that I couldn't take because we had a full class who probably needed it more than him.
Yep.
And everybody's like, give him a refund. And what kills me is $12.5 million on one, $1.9 million on other. Literally 90% of these kids are males, and they're between the ages of like fucking 15 and 20. Half of them don't have a job. None of them have served, and they don't know their head from their ass. And my thing is I this is what I'll do. I've called out like 12 people. Hey, listen, come to the course for free. I can come to the course for free? Yes. You just have to get there. Well, you need to pay my way. Bitch, I'm not paying your way. Fucking get mom to pay for it. You come to the course, you pass, I will make a public apology. Not one of them will do it. Well, dog ate my homework. Everybody's got a fucking excuse, and nobody wants to do it. And we all have someone like that, even at our age and our lives. The guy that's the underachiever, the guy that's okay with being normal. Being normal sucks.
I think you can spot it early on. And because I coach kids, right?
Yeah.
I coach kids, now I've got another one. So it's like 2 nights a week, and then we have games on the weekends and all that stuff. And I will bench them, even though they're children, if they don't listen. Like, as long as you give your full out effort, even if you fail or you're bad at sports or whatever it is, I don't really care. But just listen, try hard, and then try to get better at least, and then we're fine. I don't really give a shit. If you quit or don't want to do anything, that's another fucking story, right? And I think it starts when you're a child, and if nobody tells you no, nobody's raising you right or anything else, then you're going to grow up to be a piece of shit, and that's what it really is. And it starts at a young age. Now, can you overcome that? Absolutely. Of course. But it's some type of work ethic inside of you or some motivation or desire to get out of the current situation that you're in, even if your parents put you in a shitty situation. And then that's the tricky part, right? Is if people mentally want to do it and break the cycle and be successful, or if they're just happy in the back of the fucking line just serving lemonades for fucking $12 an hour.
Being motivated to improve your station used to be the car behind you in traffic, right? It's like the thing that made sure that you were paying attention and staying on task and on speed. But I think for young men especially, it seems like there's more social value in being victimized than there is in succeeding. You know what I mean? So it's like that used to not even be a consideration because society didn't value it, right? Society valued resilience and, self-starters, basically. But now society values victimhood, and this is the result. It's like instead of keeping up with the Joneses, now I'm battling with the Joneses to be slightly more affected or offended or disabled or whatever, right, than somebody else. And this is the inevitable result of that. It's just societal decay. It's how it happens.
But yet, we do a father-son program between the ages of 11 and 16, and we're seeing results in these young men. They're doing better in school. They're being more respectful to their parents. They're getting better grades. They're going out and they're doing hard shit. Like, I tell these young men, listen, if you're 11 or you're 16, a lot of shit's going on, hormonal. You see a pretty girl, go up and say, hey, my name is so-and-so, and I wanted to meet you. Worst thing she's going to say is no. And do hard things. Do hard shit. Play a sport. Get out. If you can't work because you're too young, go out and start mowing lawns. Go start making money. And these kids are doing this shit, and they are literally blowing by everybody else. And I tell them, it's not hard to be successful in today's world. It's not. Me and O'Neill had a conversation this morning. He's like, we were talking. He's like, get on and talk about China and get on and talk about Ukraine. I'm like, fuck both of them. I want to talk about the problem that we're having right now in the United States, and that is, where is this country going if the next generation is this soft? I was just telling him, we're not going to win Olympics, right? We've got guys dressing up as girls to win now. We
just got housed in the last Olympics.
Oh, my God, I know.
What's really happening
Olympics.
is...
Actually, we always win the medal count because of the women.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
what's really happening is that men are better at everything, including being women.
Yes.
I just want to be fucking clear about that.
we're taking it back, dude.
James-
We're taking womanhood back.
James-
Today's
we are.
International Women's Day,
James
too.
Lindsay has branded it, actually. It's called Woman Plus. It's really funny. If you go to James Lindsay's Twitter or Instagram account, you can see a bunch of memes made with that. It's super funny.
And the comments I get from these, and their kids, right, are just like, you're this, you're that. I'm like, what do you give the guy his money back, you piece of shit. And then I write him and I say, let's talk. And I called one guy, I said, why should I give him his money back? Because he didn't meet the standard. So I should give someone their money back. And guess what he's going to do with that money? He's going to blow it on something else. He needs to feel that sting. And if he's a real man, and we've had several that have done it before, they've paid the money again and come back and they've made it, and they have to earn it. The problem is nobody wants to earn anything anymore.
No, and to your point, like when we grew up, obviously, Ray, you're about 30 years older than both of us, and that's fine. Like it's fine, we're in the same time. But in all sincerity, we didn't have text messages. Like
no.
once the phone started, that kind of started the end of conversations.
Yep.
So instead of, like, for your example, going up to a girl out, now you're texting this girl,
Yep.
and now you have no human interaction.
Yes.
So when you go out, you're like, oh, I can just text her something. We can text back and forth, maybe meet up, and then stay on our screens while we're screening, and you're like, all right,
Sending
cool.
dick pics, yeah, that's all they do. It's ridiculous.
Yes, and it's like, dude, just go and meet in fucking real life or whatever it is you're going to do. But that eliminated conversation and human interaction, and then building up that confidence just to go and talk to that girl at that bar, at that restaurant.
So what you're talking about, building up confidence in real life, everything I type into this little box is curated. I can backspace. I can think longer without it being awkward, right? I can look something up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you could do there. In real life, you learn how to fail in stressful situations.
Yes.
That's a really important part of being a fucking adult human being.
Yes.
Is learning how to gracefully fail. Because what happens, you get 6 months into a fucking text relationship where you see each other from time to time, and then all of a sudden one of you gets sick. Now you got diarrhea. Now it's awkward and shit. Like, nah, fucking shit right in front of her on the first date.
Yeah.
Immediately.
One of our partners in Hard AF, Justin, he told that story on the show where I go, how did you meet your wife? Great relationship with his wife.
He knows
everything else.
Melnick.
Oh, yeah. So you know Justin Melnick from the SEAL team, yeah.
Yeah.
So first date, went to dinner, came back, and they were stuck in this camper. Fucking shit the place up, dude. That was our very first
But
day.
for real, failing in front of somebody and having that veil lifted, like, neither one of us is perfect.
Yeah.
You go into a relationship now understanding that there are going to be mistakes, right? And the true north is that we'll figure this out. We'll stay together and figure this out. Some bad things are going to happen sometimes, and we'll just figure it out, right? But now it's like you go into this with this already perfect image this person's presented to themselves on social media or whatever the fuck. And then you only get together when it's convenient enough that you can be perfect on that moment, right? And then that's all you see them. And then all of a sudden you start increasing that time and failure starts to happen. You're like, oh man, this girl's not perfect. Well, guess what? Neither are you.
Yeah, exactly.
Dum-dum.
Or in the image you built up in your mind this whole time because you didn't have any interactions with her. Now it's not the same person.
But think
and
about
then
how
you're
dumb and
disappointed.
superficial that is, because there's an infinite amount of hot women if you're a dude looking for a hot chick of all sorts, shapes, sizes, races, hair colors, tits, all that stuff. You will never run out of something. That's a commodity that will never go away. But it's the things, the weird little shit that differentiates them from everybody else is what gets you through your day, man. You know what I mean?
agree.
It doesn't like that. What are you really gonna fucking just like date a Barbie doll? And that's just like that's your main attraction to this other human being, because that shit's not gonna work.
Margot Robbie.
I don't appreciate you stealing my speech after I prematurely ejaculate.
Oh, well. Jesus. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've got those.
Just if you're gonna quote me,
I've got those
Yeah.
cameras in your house. I didn't realize.
Yeah, we didn't know, Bob. We didn't know. Like my wife just popped in here today. I found out this morning she tried to recycle. And I was like, that makes America look poor.
I don't
Can you
believe
stop
that.
doing that?
Jessie would
yeah,
never.
she did.
She would never recycle.
She did. And that was something I had to learn, But we're married, and I have to put up with it and deal with it and say, hey, that makes America look poor. Stop doing that.
Somebody in the chat wants to know what Bud's class your mustache graduated from.
Oh, mine? I think it was 19. Yeah, 2019, I think. So it was very recent. It was very recent. It's my
I was Bud's class 294. 5, so we'd have to do the math. 3 and change. It was where you'd be like.
Is that how it's measured, by the way? How many classes? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Is that a big deal?
The lower the number, the earlier you are. So, like, I think they're at like 350 or something around there. So I was 150 classes ago. And the years change. Some years it's 4. It's been up to 6 classes. They mix it up. I think it's 4 classes now. I'm not sure. But you actually hit on something really, really key here. Human interaction, right? You can't filter that. You can't hide behind something, right? Like, and I love that. Like, if you make a mistake, you can see it. You can read it, right? You see the shit.
But you also are forced to own it.
You have to, you have to own up, take ownership of it because
it's really not that big a deal. That's the point being made. Like, it's not that big a deal that I fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I've fucked up like 80 other times. Nobody just noticed those 80 other times.
Versus you see these other guys. I have a couple buddies of mine. They do the swiping left, swiping right dating shit.
Yep.
They were like, yeah, this girl's gorgeous. And then like when they show up, it was like a one-legged midget. You know, she used a filter.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
I didn't know they had a filter that would add a leg.
They do.
They've got that. There was somebody in here earlier.
Send that to Omar.
There was somebody in here earlier that I was on a conference call and they walked right by and I'd seen this person on Instagram, watched all their stuff, and I had no idea it was the same person. Because again, when you meet some of these people in real life, you're just like, oh, well, that's different. I was not expecting that. Or like you, I'm sure you get everybody is like, dude, I thought
taller
it was taller.
than I thought. Yeah.
No, they said you're very small and you're bordering on midget level.
No. They do not say that.
4'11" is the legal maximum height for midget.
I am taller than Liver King, so fuck you all.
Okay.
Okay.
But he's all natural. That's the difference. You're all roided up to the fucking gills, Ray. You son of a bitch. Look at that, dude.
I could squeeze the juice out of my body just
Liver
by
King's natural, dude, and you're just using enhancers.
You know
I don't
what?
like it.
You know
I don't
what?
like it one bit.
I don't give a shit what you say. I'm going to eat bull nuts. I'm going to look like him. I love him. Listen, I love Bri. I think, he does his thing, and he made it work, and
Did he?
well, for a while.
Is that cocktails expensive? Is that leaked email?
Yeah, it is. And he's in the process of getting sued, and he's not going to win. He's going to get his ass handed to him.
Yeah, because it's a weird world now. If you lie on social media, people are starting to get sued for it. And that's a real
well, it doesn't
murky,
matter as the owner
world.
of a company that makes claims. It doesn't matter where the claims you make live. Whether it's social media, the newspaper, on television.
Yep.
You're still culpable for that.
But you're just so accessible now on social media that it's just like, hey.
I'm 6 foot tall. Will I get sued for that?
Yeah, well, by your wife.
No, but if you said drinking this coffee made me 6 foot tall, then yeah, you can get sued for that.
Yeah,
if you're an
you
owner
can.
of a company.
Yeah.
Actually, even if you're not, if you're getting paid for it. So that's happening with FTX people right now. Steph Curry and a bunch of other people are getting sued.
Tom
for
Brady,
that.
all those guys, they're getting sued for saying this crypto is great. It's gonna, you're gonna make money.
They will not lose that suit because one, they're not owners of the company, even though they had shares in it, and two, because they don't a reasonable doubt is the measure in a courtroom, right? Like beyond a reasonable doubt or whatever. And there's no way you are going to be able to convince people that Tom Brady and fucking Steph Curry are crypto experts and have any idea what they're talking about.
I'm going to be honest, dude. The only reason I'm in crypto right now is Tom Brady, and Matt Damon. And Matt Damon made me do it. And if it doesn't work out,
I'm suing the fuck out of him.
Of Matt Damon, yeah.
What I'm doing,
Motherfucker.
if I'm Tom Brady's lawyer, I'm bringing up these 2 photos and saying, do you think this man is aware of what is appropriate and what is right and what works?
This is going to trigger Ray so much, dude, talking about this today. Pop that up one more time for Ray.
Ray, what day of your class?
So,
is
yeah,
this?
for the audio listeners, what we're seeing is Tom Brady kiss the back of his son's neck while he's in his lap. And then the other photo is the kid's feet between his feet. And when I say kid, I mean 14-year-olds. That's a little too old, right?
It would have been awesome if you superimposed Dan's face on that one.
The audience did. We did this maybe 6 months ago, and somebody did it. It was really fucking funny. Do you do that with your kids right there? You got a boy?
My boy's 28. No.
Yeah. Just sit him down.
No.
Sit him down this afternoon.
He's bigger than me too. Which is
put him between your legs like that. Give him a little kiss on the back
I
of the
will
neck,
do no such thing.
and just have him between your legs.
He's fucking Tom Brady. He can do whatever he wants. I cannot do that.
You sure can, Ray.
Ugh,
you sure goddamn can.
That would be creepy.
It would be creepy.
I mean, God bless Tom Brady. He's the GOAT, but he's walking a tightrope with that one.
What's the exact threshold of game-winning drives Tom Brady needed to have for this to be appropriate?
One more.
I think. Wait, but one more with San Francisco. Like, if it's 3 teams, if you're a Super Bowl champion on 3 teams, I don't know that that's ever happened for one quarterback.
I don't think it has.
I don't think it's happened as 2 for a quarterback.
Well, it did for Tom. He did it with the Bucks and the Patriots.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah, Peyton did it.
Oh, Peyton did it.
Peyton did do it, yeah.
And Favre was 1 pass away from it.
But no one's done 3.
Yeah,
Montana
got
was super
with
close to the Chiefs. Yeah. If Tom did it with 3, and that was the record, that's impressive. And then he can open mouth kiss his kids until they're 42 years old. What? That's another thing that he does.
He does not.
He baby birds his kids. Bob Gunn, pull up
Show
that photo
me a
for
video
Ray.
of that.
Again, I want you to take this back with you to your classes and use this energy you're about to see. We're on Patreon, so we can just show the video. Who fucking cares? Show him the full video with volume. He's got headphones on.
Oh, my God.
Because I need you to hear this, too, because he calls him back. You ready? Yep.
Documentary called Tom versus Time. There's a scene showing 5-time Super Bowl winner Tom Brady getting a massage. Then his 11-year-old son comes in the room and asks him if he can check his fantasy football standings.
I was wondering if I could check my fantasy team.
What do I get?
There it is.
You know, Jack, everything comes at a cost, bud. That was like a peck.
The second kiss shared by father and son prompted tweets from viewers using words like very disturbing and uncomfortably
There it
long.
is, Ray. Let's get him throw that camera on, Ray. What do you think here? What do you think, Ray? Do you teach that at your classes? Kiss your father on the lips longer than 8 seconds.
Yeah, which evolution is that?
Him and I love Tom Brady, but no, I do not teach that. No, I love you, Tom Brady, but no, that is wrong. No, that is
Ray.
no.
It's another man kissing another man. Okay.
This is evolution 3.
Yep.
Kissing.
It is.
I can't remember the last time I kissed my son. Like,
What about another man?
there was a time with Turbo. We were drinking. It would have started a foursome, but that was before my wife. That was a whole different story.
Sure.
But there was an end game in it. There's no end game in that.
A
did you hear-
healthy relationship with your son.
The problem is, real quick, is that Tom Brady was acting inappropriately, probably in accordance with Ray's, what he teaches in class. Because did you hear what he said? He said, "What do I get?"
Yeah. What do I
Yes.
get? What do I get out of this, Dad?
Yeah. I'm a little.
I feel like you almost tried to. It's like you're negotiating gayness.
I'm not negotiating gayness. I like Tom Brady, and I'm trying to find. I got nothing.
Well, did you hear? What's his name? That fucking dumb Andrew Tate, whatever the fuck his name is.
Andrew Tate. Yeah.
Oh, I saw the picture of him getting out of prison.
Well, did you hear him? He made some speech about like, would you rather fuck Megan Fox with a dick or Hulk Hogan with a pussy or something like that? And he goes, obviously you choose Megan Fox with a dick. I'm like, okay, cool, man. So you're the manly guy that everybody's talking about?
Yeah.
Just out there chugging dick as long as she gets good enough facial surgery?
Exactly. No, you got to go Hulk Hogan on that, dude.
We went from
yeah,
open
champion
mouth
of the
kissing
world.
to chugging dick.
Champion of the world.
Hold on to the fucking handlebar mustache and fuck his face until his eyes
Thunder
pop
lips,
out of his
baby.
head.
And not only that, but he's going to say the N-word like 17 times
Well,
right
yeah, but
afterwards.
it's going to
and
sound
that's
like,
fun. Yeah.
Like it's hard to pronounce the N with a dick in your mouth.
brother. No, brother. Feel like a pig.
Listen to me. Hulk Hogan is a national treasure. Do not speak ill will.
We love him.
I
We love
love Terry is an animal. I don't
Terry
know.
Balboa is amazing.
Thunder lips, baby.
Yeah, and we're trying to get Hardy F. Seltzer into Hogan's hangout down there in Clearwater Beach.
He's not amazing.
He's amazing.
He is amazing.
He's
He is
amazing.
a god. He is the closest thing to a god.
Sure is.
Walking on planet Earth
I
right
agree.
now.
I agree.
No.
Yeah.
He came out to our Buds class in first phase when he was doing Thunder Paradise or whatever. It was his cheesy TV show where he drove a boat. He was a Navy SEAL of all things. And when he walked away, it was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Our class leader said, Hulk Hogan, and everyone, hoo-yah, Hulk Hogan. He did his thing like this.
Yeah.
I will remember that on my deathbed.
Because it was great.
It was the greatest, cheesiest moment of my life.
Yeah.
And he is a big man.
What if he had brought the Iron Sheik out there and you guys just beat him to death?
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking
Then I
great,
would be
dude.
okay with you calling him a hero, but all he is a fucking tall dude with a weird fucking haircut.
He
No.
is amazing.
He had a
is
sc-
breathtaking.
Has anybody in the history of man pulled off a skullet? Name one. Other than Friar Tuck.
Terry Bradshaw in his later years kind of had one. Terry Bradshaw in his prime had the same hair as Hulk
Hogan,
You're
and they
correct.
kind of-
You're correct. All right, he's a 4-time Super Bowl champ?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you
One
that.
of 3.
I'll give you that. So
Yeah.
Twosies there, Hulk Hogan, Terry Bradshaw. Who else, Bob? Who do you got?
Wait, it's just 3 4-time winners, right? Montana. Brady and.
Yeah. But I'm just saying in life, skullet-wise.
But did anybody else win? Any other quarterback win 4?
No.
I don't think so. Right?
I don't think so either.
No. Skullets. I can't.
Skullet. Is there a great skullet on somebody?
Dennis Franz kind of had one. The guy from NYPD Blue.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
No, they had all their hair, dude.
Yeah, they had it all. It's got to be going.
That's cheating. It's got to be gone, dude.
I wonder if you could find a young picture of Friar Tuck. Friar Tuck was losing his shit up top.
Yeah, but tuck up.
If he had I bet you back when he was a young Tuck, he probably had that shit long.
I don't know if Dennis Franz ever got long enough.
Franz.
Can we count Ben Franklin?
You sure can.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There you go. There's 3.
Iconic.
Look at that skullet.
You will pull
Iconic.
anybody into this fucking conference.
Iconic,
Ben Franklin.
dude. Yeah, dude. Look at that skullet. And he fucked too.
Yeah.
Didn't he, Bob?
Yeah, he was a savage.
A lot of prostitutes.
Did you guys did you guys ever cover him on Softcore
We covered
History?
his sex life.
Oh,
we
you
did
did?
a whole episode of his sex life on Patreon. I think was that a Patreon episode?
That was a Patreon.
How hard was he fucking boning and how many people?
Dude, the number is
Doesn't
I don't
exist.
even know. But he said his best quote on sex was essentially that I forget the exact verbiage, but he was like, doesn't matter if how old they are or how all pussy feels the same on the inside. So you can fuck an 80-year-old.
Ben Franklin said this on the record.
Yes, on the record.
There's a fucking quote.
Yes.
Yeah, so he was banging
That's amazing.
one of the Duchess, Dowager Duchesses from the French court. I can't remember which one it was.
Okay.
So she was like, her daughter was the actual Duchess, but she was the retired one. She was like 85 fucking years old, and he was plowing her the whole time.
And he's been reincarnated a couple times. The head guy for Hogan's Hero, he was another fucking freak.
Yeah.
Rick James, I mean, I could go on. He's been reincarnated.
But Rick James has hair.
Yeah, but
Well, now
he probably does it now.
Well, he's dead.
So-
He's
Well, he's dead now, but yeah.
R.I.P.
I got the quote here for you. It's Ben Franklin on pussy.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah. The face first grows lank and wrinkled, then the neck, then the breasts and arms, the lower parts continuing to the last as plump as ever. Where were you? It is impossible of 2 women to know an old from a young one, and as in the dark all cats are gray, the pleasure of corporal enjoyment with an old woman is at least equal and frequently superior, every knack being by practice capable of improvement. So
Now-
he actually encourages fucking old ladies.
Here's my question, I
Okay.
guess.
That's a
for-
founding father.
All
there.
right. Yeah.
Here's my question for Ben.
Yeah.
Right?
Now it's Ben.
Well, they're formal.
Like, what is it? What I guess physical attributes plus behavioral types make fucking somebody good, right? Like typically some ass meat.
Yeah.
Right, is a
Dad
big part
ass
of
and
it.
dem titties.
So
like dem
what-
heavies.
I'm
so.
concerned about old ladies' asses.
Oh,
Obviously,
as they get
collagen,
older?
collagen breaks down over time, as does muscle, right?
Right,
So it's just
right.
not going to look great. Maybe there's meat back there. And
Yeah.
like you said, it's in the dark. You can't tell. But I feel like when you rub your hand across it and it feels like a fucking golf ball with divots in it, then maybe you could tell, right?
Right. But I think you got to start young and you got to build towards the future with that. You want a nice fat ass, dude,
Yeah.
because you're going to lose some of it as you get older.
Yeah.
It's not.
You want to go about 20% over.
Yeah, because you're going to shrink a little bit. Like Ray, when you obviously in like 5 years,
You're going to disappear.
you will be.
The next time you're on this show,
4'6".
you can just stand on the fucking table.
Have you seen the movie Willow?
You're a dick, yeah.
I'm just saying, you'll probably be the same
I am
height.
not going to be the same height as fucking Willow.
His name's
I'm
Warwick Davis. Show some fucking respect.
I'm going to wreck this whole fucking studio in a second. I'm going to take after I wreck it. I'm going to take a shit and walk off the stage. I swear to God. And I'm going to shit on your truck and shit on whatever you're driving. Probably a little Prius.
The
I'll shit
truck
on
is a
top of your
company
shit.
truck, all right? I'll have you know that.
Sorry.
Okay? No, so what we traded in, so you can shit all over it. I don't care. We don't give a shit about
What you
that.
think about what I drove in today, huh?
Well, I showed up here today because you called and again, perfect timing.
Begged.
And I said, hey, I'll be there at 2. I got some calls and shit. And you showed up in an Alfa Romeo. And I was like, what? I'm sorry. I clutched my pearls. I was like, oh my gosh, Ray.
And all the pretty girls
Is that
walk
you?
like this.
Yeah, I thought it was an investor meeting or something. I was like, dude, did I not put this on the calendar? And then, no, it was you hopping out of an Alfa Romeo.
Man, it's your special right there, motherfucker. That's all they had. That's why I took it.
Does he know you're a Navy SEAL? Did he say, hey, do you
I
have a
told him.
discount for Navy SEALs? You
told him.
have to, right?
Yeah, I have a badge. We have badges.
It's amazing how many fucking people ask about it. I had some people over over the weekend for the UFC fight. Just neighbors, normal people that have nothing to do with the show. I don't even listen to the show, right? Okay. And they were like, one of them was talking about, oh, my buddy's a Navy SEAL and blah, 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 blah. And I didn't say anything. I just listened to the story. And I was just like, man, everybody's so fucking fascinated about Navy SEALs for some reason.
Well, there's like 3,500 of them, and somehow every single person knows one.
2,500.
Yeah.
2,500.
Why does
Well,
to
including
Dan's
retired
point, why
guys,
does everybody
there's-
know one?
Because we let you know who we are.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
here's
what
a
I was
question.
talk-
Watch.
That's what I was talking about.
One of them said he was on the Captain Phillips thing, and I said, I think that's Ray's.
What is my title? Tell me my name. Tell me right now. You know it. Say.
Whenever I call you, it is, hello, you've reached former Navy SEAL, Ray
Ray
Kashkar.
Kashkar,
former
thank
Navy
you.
SEAL.
And now Rob O'Neill. Look, he's a fucking. I love Rob, but he's a copycat. Robert J. O'Neill, former SEAL Team 6 operator. True story. Robert's middle name is Jambalaya. People don't know that.
No, and same with M. Night Shyamalan. It's Monday Night. It's Monday Night Shyamalan. That's his actual name.
Yeah.
That's what the M stands for.
Yeah.
But why is there such this crazy curiosity? Is it because they hear the cool stories and all
Because
this
of
stuff?
Charlie Sheen, dude.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Part of it.
Is it?
That's why half of these assholes joined the Navy in the fucking first place.
Was to be Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, the SEALs weren't actually doing a whole lot in that 90s period and the early 2000s before.
True.
When all these dudes signed up, they weren't doing a whole lot.
We weren't.
It was
I
just
didn't.
fucking Charlie Sheen, dude. I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah.
So what made you want to do it?
Truth be told, if we're going to rewind time, I was getting in a lot of trouble. And, not the Boohoo story, because I know I got him here, but just when you're being told you're a piece of shit your whole life, you go into the recruiters. I didn't have the asthma. I fucking horrible, bombed the test. I saw this pamphlet. There wasn't all this shit that we have out there. There wasn't the movies and all this stuff. I saw this pamphlet. I grabbed it, and it was like God came down. Can you give me that music again?
There it is.
Give me the music.
Delco, let's hear that Christ music. He's very spiritual these days.
And it was a picture of two dudes kissing.
Yeah.
Real close.
Tom Brady and his son.
And
No.
you could see their night, even their night vision on top of their helmets were touching a little bit.
Can I use my voice? Yeah. I opened the brochure, and literally I saw just these bigger than, giants doing these amazing things. Looked at my recruiter, who was like a little, no offense, he was a little Filipino guy who barely speak English. And I
then you
said,
guys
I want to
kissed.
do that. He goes, you'll never be able to do that. And I was like, that was it. That's what did it. The little
was-
Filipino guy telling me it was just another person throwing a fucking log on the fire, and I had enough of it.
It was a great accent, though.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Did
I
you-
apologize.
Did he
I
say
thought
that
was-
afterwards?
I thought that was something he did. He
I
used
should
to
know he
say,
said that.
he used to always say, he was my recruiter, and I don't like to use this word. He always say, goddamn fuck. That's what he would say all the time. I was like, I'm going to be a Navy SEAL. He's like, no, you're not, goddamn fuck. I was like, and my wife doesn't like that word, but
I like it.
It was awesome.
I like it. I'm a big fan of it.
You
I've
need to
never
make
heard it.
that. You need to make that one of your little things. Goddamn
T-shirts?
fuck.
Yeah.
Did you kiss
the
him?
merch.
No.
Should have kissed him.
No.
But with that, like
establish
everybody's
dominance.
yeah, exactly. But everybody's fascinated by it.
They
You and
are.
I never chat about it because we've known you for years.
You
and
never want to.
I'll interview people about it on the show just because I know the audience is interested in all that stuff. But we've had friends, obviously mutual friends. We won't say who have been Navy SEALs and never done the cool shit. So
Because they suck. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
I'm kidding.
is that what it is?
No.
All right, I didn't know.
It's no. I'm not going to get my ass whooped by another team guy. No. It's by choice. Some people want to do that. Some SEALs, it's personality driven. I think some are more charismatic. Some are a little bit more, recluse. It just depends on who you are and what you do. And I mean, there's some guys that are like in the gun world. You don't hear from them. They're making a fucking fortune. And there's other people, writing books and doing that. I don't dig on anybody, man. I think whatever you can do with it, as long as you are, and I get a lot of compliments from guys. They're like, like when I did the selection, they're like, you represented the show well. When people get on there and they ask me, hey, what you doing in SEAL teams? I said, I don't do shit. I was during that time that you talked when nothing was going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I joined the agency, because there was more going on there. So I'm no fucking war hero, but I've never pretended to be. I'm not going to write a book about something that I haven't done.
Well, here's why I ask, by the
Yeah.
way, is when Rob was here a long time ago, when we were first getting to know him and all that stuff, and we were asking about, was there anybody who didn't go on the Bin Laden thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, one guy just was like, nah, I'm tired, or I'm not going to do this or whatever. I didn't know you had the option to say no to certain things like that.
It's frowned upon.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It's frowned upon. It's frowned upon.
But what if you come back from something big and then they're trying to gangbang it with something else right on top of it? Do you still do it, or do you sit it out? If you do like a huge mission, then you come back and they're like, hey, we need you to do this other thing. Do you have the option to just say, no, I'm tired. I want to
Not
go to the
really.
next cycle?
No.
All
At
right.
least it wasn't like that before. But again, New World. I don't. When Rob was in, I've heard that story before, and I mean, I think there's some people it's just not for them. I mean, there's been team guys, and I'm not going to say who have, and again, this was after my time, who I've heard from other people have refused to go on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
What are the ramifications and repercussions of that? They could maybe lose their trident. They could go get kicked out of the platoon. I'm not sure. And I don't know the reasons for it, so I'm not going to judge a man on any. I don't know.
Of course. I was just curious. Yeah.
I mean, motherfucker could have all kinds of shit going on at home with the wife and kids, and he may be pulling out because he's not in the right state of mind. I'm not making excuses, but if I have somebody, if I'm kicking in a door, I want somebody sound mind and body behind me because they're watching my ass. I don't get serious on here too often, but yeah. So unless I know the story. I mean, I'm sure Rob knows the story, but you notice Rob probably didn't tell you the whole, what was going on.
He didn't. It was very brief, quick, and but it always fascinated me of like how you would miss that. I look at it like a football analogy, like this kid for Ohio State, Jackson Smith and Jigma, sitting out the playoffs in the national championship. It's the biggest stage you probably prepare for your whole life.
That's what I was going to say.
Why would you do it for? I just don't really get it, and people like that to me are extremely weak, and you don't want them to be a part of your team. And so if that was the other side of it, then I'm sure when he got back the next time, you guys were probably like, well, fuck this dude. I don't know if I can trust him.
And I think that's pretty much what you're going to get. I've done things in the agency that are, you're scared shitless to do it, but that's the difference between, doers and dreamers is you still do it. I mean, I've been on missions before. I'm scared of shit. You don't know if you're going to come home. You don't know if your buddy's going to come home, right? And worst thing you ever want to do is freeze in a battle and leave your buddy behind. I've been standing over people when they're fucking bleeding, and and you're laying down suppressive fire to try to get off the X, get off the the choke point, get out of there, and you can't do it, and they're bleeding to death, and you're fucking helpless until you can take care of what needs to be done, and it's scary, because you worry when you go into battle with someone, you have my mission is to win, but if I'm even this dickhead, I want to bring him home.
Right.
That's what we have to do. That's what the mission's about. And as history has shown and proved time and time again, that doesn't always happen.
Yeah, but it is one of those cards you can play at any dinner party,
yes,
social gathering, anything, and it's like, what do you do? Well, I was a Navy SEAL. What about you? And that pretty much shuts down the conversation.
It does. But what's pretty cool is I just ate up at Torchy's right up here, right up the street.
Tacos, yeah.
The tacos place.
Yeah.
A guy came up to me, a bunch of tattoos on me. He said, hey, man, are you Ray Cash? And I said, yeah. He goes, I love what you're doing with your camps and the kids. He didn't say anything about being a Navy SEAL, and I thought that was so fucking cool. That's what makes me happy. Like, I make the jokes, I'm Ray Cash, care for, Navy SEAL. It's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
But that's what I did. Now I want to be known for like, hey, you're doing this, or hey, man, I watch you on TikTok. You're a dick. Awesome, thanks. Because, I hear it all the time. Everybody wants to, and they're in the business. What's it? Is it my letter for Scylla? I'm in the business of building motherfuckers up. You need people like me in the business of breaking motherfuckers down. I've got to do what I do so that you can be, at your all-time low so that you can rebuild yourself. And that's what we do with these programs. Even with the kids, I'm not as cruel, but I put videos online where like one kid's mouthing off, and I drop him down, and he's strong. So there's nothing I can do. So what do? Hey, sit down and relax. Have a cookie. I'm going to punish the other 24 kids. That changes real quick. I'll punish the few for the many and the many for few. I will find a way to get my message across. And the problem with society is people don't understand that. No one wants to be punished. Nobody wants to be held responsible. And it fucking infuriates me. Because back in the day, man, if you fucked up, you owned up to it. Like if me and you had a problem, we went outside, we either talked or someone punched somebody in the face, and usually it's over with after that.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't, I'll see you soon. I'm probably going to get punched in the face. That's what I do with Tim Kennedy.
Yeah.
I called him today. I'm going to come down and train with you. He is going to kick my ass tomorrow. I know I'm going to get my ass kicked. He laughs. He goes, what is wrong with you? I'm like, that's my mentality. If I'm going to train with world-class athletes, I'm going to get this much better. I'm not going to be like Tim. I fucking love him, but I'm never going to be at his caliber. But he can make me 1% better than I am today, and that's a fucking win. I'm 51 years old, and I'm still training with like Chandler,
Yeah.
Me, Tim, and Mike just did our course not too long ago, and I'm going to tell you something. This is how good I am. 2 weeks before Chandler got the call, I'm sitting having breakfast with Mike Chandler, and as God is my witness, this is what I told him. You're going to get a call from Dana. You're going to get the show. You are going to get the fight, because it was either going to be Diaz or Poirier, or the other two, and he's just coming off that kick. I said, it's going to be you. And I even gave my forecast, my prediction, my forecast of what was going to happen. It is going to be first round late, he's going to knock him out, or late first round, early second round. True story, I swear to God. I DM Dana White. He follows me and I follow him back. I said, Dana, and I do the voice memo with him. and I get a thumbs up, and I was like, hey, I don't know who this is, if it's one of your fucking cronies, but I'm 2 for 2. He fucking hits me back up with a video message. Hey, man, this is blah, blah, blah. And he answers me, and he goes, what is your prediction? And I told him, I said this or this, and I said, what's your prediction? He goes, no comment. He wouldn't say anything. But so far, I'm 2 for 2 with Chandler. He got Ultimate Fighter. He's got the fight. And now, I'm telling you this right now, mark this date. If he gets an a late first round or an early second round, literally, you better play the lottery.
With McGregor?
McGregor.
Okay.
Yes.
Because when is that fight supposed to be?
I don't think they've announced it yet.
Well, I know they got to finish the show.
They got to finish.
Right?
They're not
And
done
then-
shooting until May.
Oh, gotcha.
It's a long,
okay.
yeah.
Well, he's got to get off the juice and then out of Roadhouse because they're shooting that as well.
Yes.
So, yeah, it'll be a while, but
That's gonna be a blockbuster.
it is. Dan and I have met Dana, great fucking guy, and he's like that. He can't. By the way, he can't say anything regarding fights or gambling or anything.
No,
against
no,
the,
no,
it's
and
against the
that's
law.
why I would never. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's a class act, but the fact that he actually just hit me back with his voice,
Great
'cause
dude.
yeah, great dude.
Great dude.
Well,
with the
I'm not sure his fighters would agree with that, but
well,
He's a businessman.
he is a businessman.
What about his wife?
Well, he's undefeated against her.
Yeah.
He's 1-0 that we know about. So I'm looking forward to the next one, Bob. Is there a rematch clause? Do we know if there's a rematch?
yeah. I think both.
God, I'm on fire.
It's not
That's where you
automatic.
should have the bear cut
I
done.
feel good. I know I feel good. But with that, we had Rudy Reyes on, 2 or 3 days ago? Friday.
How was
and
that?
It was Rudy's always great. It's always entertaining. He's like you. It's always a fucking blast. And it's like, you guys have standing invitations. Just come on. It's
have
fun.
a scarf on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had that on. And then, what was it?
He just had his Marine Corps blouse with the sleeves cut off.
The sleeves cut off. He's still the best. And speaking of which, his TV show is really fucking good.
It is good.
It is a massive hit.
Yes.
It's going on for seasons and seasons and seasons. All I kept thinking about, because I follow you on social media, is this format of what you're doing with the kids right now perfectly lends itself to Fox and a network like that. Has anybody approached you to do that show?
No one has done. I've had 3 people say that no one else is doing, and it's not what I'm doing with me, Bedros, and Steve are doing, because it's 3 of us. It's Bedros's. But I tell you what, I would take that on any day of the week. I would take that on, and I would do that for. I would do a season for free. I would do a season for free if I know that it could be produced right, it could be edited right, and we could make a fucking impact with this youth. I swear to God. Mark my words.
Jack Osborne's in that space now. For reality-wise, because look, networks are getting away from scripted, so they're looking for shows like this.
Yeah.
Rudy's is a huge hit. And,
it's great.
All I kept thinking was after I saw the first episode, because I told him on the show, I was like, man, I watched it with my kids. It was great. And I think your show with kids and parents. There's another one right now me and my wife watch called, I think it's Parent Test. It's on like ABC or something like that. And essentially what they do is they take parents out with their kids and they film you for the day and see how you're actually parenting your child. And then there's a group of judges that judge you, and then there's other parents that judge you.
I came
on
up
how
with-
you discipline your kids.
I wanted to do a show, and let me finish. And I'm not kidnapping anybody. The parents, I have consent, but we like come into the house, we take the kids, and then by the time they wake, they're in this place, and they have to go through these obstacles with us. That got shot down quick. I guess you can't kidnap children.
Yeah, Jared Fogle learned that the hard way from Subway. He tried that.
Never compare me to Jared.
Well, it was, at that point, there was no TV show or anything. He was just doing it.
He was doing good until that.
There's a documentary out. Don't watch it.
I
by the
will
way.
not.
It's on Discovery Plus.
I mean,
Just came out last night.
this sounds like Double Dare to me. Your thing, but less campy. It's Double Dare, but not for pussies, right?
Yeah, but I think, look, there's a lot of kids out there, and especially with everything that's going on in today's society, where this would benefit parents, this would benefit the kids, and you guys are somewhat positive role models, as long as they don't go to Twin Peaks with you afterwards, you know? I think you're good.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a massive show, to be honest with you.
I'd be honored. I would, like I said, I would do that. It just would have to be done right. You know, and you know as well as I do. I mean, who am I
Rudy's
speaking
is shot
to?
really well, yeah.
Yeah, and because editing can make you look like a superhero or make you look like a terror. You know that. I mean, I've done that before. They've actually, when I first got into the TV world, they did a clip of what I said and did it 2 ways. I was like, praising someone, and then after that, they took my words and made me look like I was insulting them. I'm like,
Yeah.
They're like, we can do anything we want. I was like, wow. So I stopped making my stupid jokes and just said yes, sir, and just did what I was told.
Yeah, but with what you're doing, it would be more on the kids. So like just thinking about it from a producing standpoint.
It would be, yeah.
Because there's always one little dickhead kid, and then
yeah.
you kind of circle back to him, and then that's your
that's
your
your
B story.
But you still want to be able to call the kid a fuckface, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know about fuckface, but I mean, I will tell him he's being a little. You know, I've told kids before, look, you're acting like a dick. You know, like you're being a dick. And back in the day, you'd get punched in the face for being like this. Mm-hmm. And you know, but that's something else I want to do. We have pugil sticks. We'll have the kids fight. Put on some gloves. Hit each other. These kids haven't. I mean, I remember I got punched in the face when I was like 12 years old. Some of these kids are like 19, 20 years old. They've never been hit.
Well, no,
Younger,
before
got punched in the
12,
face.
they couldn't reach all the way down to hit him. So
Yeah, that's true, Ray.
I get on a roll and just you're such a dick.
It's not that, dude. Your height is distracting. I'm kidding.
Can your feet touch? See if your feet will touch. Look, I can't even with my tiptoes. I can't even touch. I hate you, bro.
We represent the lollipop
No.
I think that might be racist.
Is it?
I'm not 100%
against who
sure.
though?
You're not supposed to say Oompa Loompas
Against
or anything
orange
anymore.
people?
Yeah.
Are they orange face?
One more.
Are they trumping it?
They were West African slaves,
Pygmy
slaves at first, and then he had.
But
to
then they
change
were
it.
eating fucking chocolate all day. He saved their lives. Yes, they still had to make chocolate for free. But
Yeah,
whatever,
and it's
man.
more like
Sweatshop.
indentured servitude,
Yeah.
to be honest, because they did get paid in chocolate.
They get paid in food. They weren't going to eat anyways.
So that
where
puts
they were
them
at.
on par with the Irish, which is not. You can't racially offend an Irish person.
That's true. Are you Irish?
Yes, I am.
Interesting that they made those people orange with green hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
Racist.
Right? Racist.
Beautiful.
It's fucking Irish, dude. They were
Yeah.
going after the Irish. With your kid who's 28 years old right now, how is your relationship with him?
Good. It's good. You know, I mean, he's on the West Coast. I try to talk to him like once, twice a week. You know, he's getting it done. You know, I wish I would have been a little harder on him at some times. He slacks a little bit. You know, I mean, but
Still to this day at 28?
little bit. Not compared to most, but to my stand. You know me, I'm an over fucking achiever with everything I do. So
Yeah.
and he knows that. You know, but he's providing for the family and he's doing well. So you know, I don't have. There'd be little macro tweaks I would do with him. You know.
If you could get in a time machine and go back, then you would tweak it then?
I would not let him ever play video games.
It's funny, man.
I wouldn't let him play video games, and I wouldn't have given him a phone until he was 27.
I had this conversation with my wife, too, because it's hard. Every kid plays video games. Every kid has a phone. Plus, you want to know where the kids are and all that other stuff. Like, it's difficult as a parent these days, too. Not just for the kids as well, but also parenting it to where you don't want to seem like the overbearing asshole and not let them do anything. And then as soon as they leave the house, then they fucking flip the shit out. You know, they lose their mind. But
when I was a kid, you'd go out all fucking day long. You'd be gone for a week before your mom noticed you were gone. She wouldn't even.
Not doing it right.
Yeah.
You can monetize these kids.
I know.
You can make money playing video games.
Yeah.
Or podcasts, you know? Get your kid doing a podcast at 9.
Do they do kid fights? They're doing like, you know, the
Oh, yeah,
in
we
Russia,
watched
yeah.
them. Yeah, we watched the kid fights.
Yeah.
Russia,
How old were they
Texas.
in that Patreon video
6
we
to
did?
9.
Around that age.
6 to 9 was
6 to 9,
when
they were cage fighting.
That was
In
I
one-
was
Russia.
joking. Is that true?
That is
Oh, yeah.
true. We did a full hour on it. We
That-
watched it.
It was one one age group was 6 to 9, and then the other one was like 10 to 12, I think.
We watched it on Patreon, and we commented on it. And some
I mean,
of
they
these fuckers
sucked.
were good. that one kid was pretty good.
No, he was just bigger than the other kid.
Well, that's gonna happen, dude.
I mean, what kind of formal training do they have?
Spetsnaz,
Russia,
man.
Yeah?
Yeah, Russia. Was it? It was Russian, right?
Yeah.
No, it was like Chechen,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dagestan.
Yeah.
That's right.
So basically,
That's Russia.
they put your food on the other side of a fucking bear, and you got to figure it out.
Yeah, you got to fight the bear.
So you're either going to be smart, fast, or strong,
Yeah.
or dead, I
Yeah.
guess.
What's the most fucked up thing you've done? Have you ever had to go against a bear or anything?
Slept with some big women, but not a bear. No, I don't know. You know, I've done a lot of fucked up things. I mean, you know me. I'd probably have to take a good hour to reflect on that because I've done some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would depend on what department of my life, or you know, my family, my fitness, my finance, and faith, because I do stupid shit all the time. I mean, how many other people have you had naked on here?
None.
How many
And
other people have blown pubes on you?
Actually, there's been quite a few.
Yeah.
Really? Was I the first?
No, episode 100, we watched people fuck live on there for 2 hours.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'd like to have been there for that one.
It was, yeah.
Were they in front of you?
Rocco was really uncomfortable. Yeah, they were on a bed. We circled him up like UFC. It was
So,
like UFC.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Mardi Gras thing.
To this day, that episode's got like 42 million downloads or something crazy. Like
You see their face?
We didn't do video. So
Okay.
video was one thing. Like it was.
She's got a few snaps.
Audio only.
Oh.
Mental. It was mental.
Was she hamming it up for the thing? I mean,
No, like she was nervous. Oddly enough, the guy was super like he had done it 1,000 times. He was like, "Well, this is where I disrobe," and he had this shake with him. He kept this crazy boner for like 2 hours, and I was just like,
Did he have a mustache?
I think it's no, he didn't. He looked like he just, those guys on Men's Health magazine that look like I'm 47 and I'm still cut and I'm out in the. He looked identical to that, and we were just like, holy shit.
Was she hot?
Homeboy, no.
Oh, that's even better.
Well,
Yeah, but according to Ben Franklin, a hole's a hole.
Yeah,
Hole's a hole.
As long as there's a little heat in there, I don't give a
Can't
fuck.
go wrong with Big Ben.
You always got to go back to Ben Franklin.
I think that's actually on his tombstone, if I'm not mistaken.
That and a key, right?
Yeah, it's a hole's a
Skeleton
hole,
key.
and there's a key that slides into there, and you can put cocaine on top of the headstone and use the key to bump off of it.
Yeah, if you told Ben Franklin, for example, it's my turn on the good hole, that wouldn't register.
No, it's like,
No.
what? What do you mean?
All holes are good holes.
Did they have Waffle Houses back then when he was around?
Hell
or
yeah.
No. I wish.
Are you asking if he fucked waitresses?
Yeah, yeah. Did he?
I'm sure he bar wenches or whatever.
Did
In
he
fact,
give that a
his
go?
first child was, I never knew who the mom was.
No shit.
That means hooker who died.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Because
died.
he probably killed her, yeah.
And what is a hooker in the 1700s, but also probably a waitress?
Yeah, that's just a waitress or just a fucking meat sack waiting to get murdered. By
Bar
somebody.
wench.
Bar
Yeah.
wench is a hooker, is a waitress, whatever. It's
She works hard for the money. Yeah.
No, she sure does.
If
dude.
I lived in the 18th century, do you know how many people I would have killed? I mean,
Everybody, right?
fucking thousands
Yeah,
of people.
because you just get away with it.
Like, what are you, a fucking detective? Fuck off, Jebediah.
It's expected. Yeah, it's expected.
Shoot that guy right in his fucking face in front of his family and then kill his whole family too.
Simpler
And then,
times.
Like, how do you know it's me, dude? Prove it. Seriously, I would travel all over the country, the world, if I had the opportunity, and murder people until somebody stopped me.
You know what's funny is everything we say on this show ends up on our fucking phones, right? And then they track it, and then the videos pop up with the ads. Last night, we were talking about Abraham Lincoln the other day. Last night, out of nowhere, a video from Brandon Herrera, who's been on the show, big YouTuber. He did a reenactment with the gun, a replica of the gun that was used to kill Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, wow.
And I was surprised at how fucking loud it was. And it didn't go all the way through the skull. And I was like, shit, do we just not have that technology back then?
I think we had it.
What kind of
we've come a
gun?
long
It
way.
was a very tiny gun. If you can bring it
it's
up,
a re-
it
it was
still
really small.
exists. So when I went to Ford Theater, they have it there. But it's this. If you
a little
watch Brandon's
22,
video,
like almost like a little 22 special.
yeah, put it up on screen
Yeah, it
for
is.
for
Yeah.
It
everybody.
was,
yeah.
in fact, a Derringer.
Derringer, yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Did Homeboy have
Yeah, look at that.
real small hands or some shit?
He must have. He was an actor, so it's not like he was out and
Squeezing it.
yeah, just kind of gee.
Look huge in
No,
my
he's
hand.
using his whole hand.
Yeah, for
Because of how
Ray,
small
that's
it
a
is.
fucking shotgun. I mean, that's a what Ray?
Nothing.
That's a
Hey,
long rifle
hey.
for you.
You're almost getting ready to get shit on right here. This close. Look, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2.5.
But put that gun back up real quick, Bob. So in this video, because I'm high and I'm watching it super late, and I was like, oh shit, how do you load something like that? And he went through it. You had to actually go ahead and stuff the rag
Yeah,
in
you
there.
pour
and
powder in and put a ball in
Yeah.
and stuff it down.
What a
in.
pain in the ass for a little tiny gun like this.
And they had revolvers at this point. Like, you didn't need to use a muzzle loading pistol.
And it's not like there was metal detectors at the theater
Well, you don't know that.
when he walked in.
Work with what you got. That's what he had. That's all he could afford. He was on a budget.
Yeah, so
But why not walk up behind him with a fucking sword and chop his fucking head off?
yes,
dude?
or something cool, or
know
like
what I mean?
like a big ass
Like a
gun, where you're
broadsword.
Like, hey, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, just wheel a cannon in there, like
Like-
into the back and then fire it right into his thing.
Just, man, if you ripped off a cannon right behind the back of somebody's head like that in a theater, how far would their head go? Would it fly off your body, or would it just cave
With a
in?
cannon,
Yeah.
it would. Your head would just be gone.
It would just-
It
it
would.
would just take it off.
Turn into jelly.
Now, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I like. So I've always wanted to execute somebody like that.
I can't believe you two haven't been banned.
Just tie him to a post. Tie him to a post with this fire cannonball right into their chest from like 10 feet away.
So good,
You know how cool that would be?
They did
Because to be honest, if it was that close, as long as you give it enough time to reach terminal velocity and shit, it should rip a hole like literally a bowling ball size hole right through this, and it's just like it stays there for just a second until everything starts fucking falling out.
Yeah,
that would be. If I saw that, I'd kill myself right there.
Out of excitement?
Yeah, because life would never get any better than that.
Dude,
that would be the
it.
apex of life for me.
I get it. And
I'd pull my gun out and be like, hey, guys, it's been fucking great. Boom.
Boom. Yeah, and end your life. The weird thing to me is as soon as you said it, the first person that came into my mind, Bob, I'm going to ask you to bring up a picture of this lady, is Dianne Feinstein, because she's super old. She's like 90 years old, right? Mm-hmm. Just seeing a cannonball go through an old 90-year-old person, a weak, feeble 90-year-old lady like that, with just so much hatred inside of her body, like to see the shock and be like oh my God, why would you do this? Just that one thing. Pop up a pic of this old broad. Her just a cannon going right through her belly, dude. A cannonball, that would be fucking rad.
Yeah,
it?
Bob, how big are cannonballs? We looked that
there's
up?
different.
Yeah,
different sizes.
look some up, asshole.
Because if it's the size of her waist, what do you reckon she is, Bob? A 26?
No. Well, I don't know about the circumference, but the average adult human being is about 19 inches wide.
Okay, so if we had a cannonball that was
shoulders.
20.
At the shoulders.
Right.
So, no, you're not going to get a 20-inch wide cannonball. That's fucking huge.
You're not.
It's probably 5 or 6 inches.
Well, here's why I asked, because it would separate you from the rest of your body, and I think that would be dope as well.
But there was an 18-inch one or 16-inch as well. It was like literally the size of a fucking bowling ball.
Sometimes they're about the size of a grapefruit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Napoleon here. That's kind of the classic cannon we're all thinking about.
Yeah.
He was a big fan of the 12-pounder. Okay. He was an artillery specialist as a general.
And what was the circumference of that 12-pounder?
The cannon fired a 12.25 pound round shot that was 4.52 inches in diameter.
Okay, so about the size of a softball. A little bit bigger than a softball.
Yeah.
Imagine that cannonball
God,
going through Dianne Feinstein.
I actually can show you a video of that. They do that with baseballs on like human esque mannequins.
Oh, do you got one?
Yeah, hold on.
Pop that up. I'd love to see.
Does it go straight through the body?
Yeah. Where did you find him? He just gets all this great shit.
Oh, Bob?
I like Bob.
We found him in a chat room.
Yeah.
And
he thought we were 14. We thought he was 14.
Let's meet up.
And then we met in person, and we were like, wait a minute, we're both 33. And that's kind of how we all met.
Well, yeah, but you're the one that was still lying.
Nope, sure not. We don't lie here on this show or on social media.
You look 25 with that stash.
Everybody knows that. I know.
Gorgeous. I like how the one part's grown much. It's much more developed than the rest.
Yeah.
He looks like he's going to get 25 to life.
It's getting to a point that's unmanageable.
Well, here we go.
I got to shave it soon. Is this it, Bob? Let's see this
I'll show you the
thing.
contraption first. They really milk the fuck out of this, but this is just the.
Who is this? Who did this? I'll give him credit.
Smarter Every Day is the name of the.
Oh shit! They're firing a baseball 1,000 miles per hour.
Yeah,
God damn.
All right, let's see this.
I'm surprised
time to actually
the baseball even
use
stands up to
the
that.
supersonic baseball cannon. The first video we did with this thing was all about building it and proving that it is in fact a supersonic baseball
cannon. Would it go
We had some
1,000 miles an
breakage,
hour? A cannonball?
As this rod came back and
I
hit
don't know.
this piston to try to decelerate the rod as it came back, it flexed the whole thing because you have a moment arm between here and here.
Well, that's
and
dope.
Everything was in tension, but it was only supported by these on bottom. So this is what we call the strong back.
Right,
Jeremy,
I'm gonna
plasma
fast
cutter.
forward.
Yeah. Let's get to the fucking
No.
So
body.
they just fired a different one.
The safety glasses must do so much.
It went through.
It went through.
All right, Bob, let's see this human body, dude, getting shot.
Oh man, we don't have a chance with a glove, dude.
You're not going to believe what this shows.
Oh, fuck.
See, god damn it, that would be so cool to see that.
In real life, that'd be the dream. Look at that, dude. It looks like an asshole, too.
Yeah,
it
turns into
puckers
a
up.
butthole at the end.
Why is that, Dan?
What do you mean? Just the force.
The force sucks in your whole body like that?
Yeah, so when you get shot with a hollow point round, it creates what's called an open cavity wound, right? So it goes in, and then the fucking overpressure from the round as it expands pushes air out even farther. So the round, even when it mushrooms, the round might look about that big, but the actual cavity it creates is this big. That's why you have to stuff like 50 packs of fucking Kerlex inside of a gunshot wound.
I could have walked away from that. Navy SEAL could have walked away.
Yeah, you could have. Let's try it.
Here's live speed, I believe.
All right, we got live speed.
Okay, here we go. Watch fast.
Vacuum should be coming down. It is. Bets on what happens to Bob.
I think he's going to cave in. I think he's going to cave in the chest, and then the rest of the energy is going to go into knocking him over.
Bob's gonna die.
Is Bob a real human?
Nah, Bob is their dummy.
Oh, Bob's a dummy.
This reminds me of the Jackal.
2, 1.
Oh, shit, that's fast.
Yeah.
That's fast.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm gonna switch this then. I think if Dianne Feinstein, if you made her pull her pants down and spread her ass cheeks, so you could see the asshole and then fire it directly into her asshole.
If you were able to line it up so it popped out of the top of her head,
that's what I'm talking about.
That'd be the dream.
Yes,
obviously.
That
but, I mean, look, you're gonna,
asshole through the head.
I think you're gonna have to put her in a back brace to keep her straight.
I have no problem with that. If
Yeah.
we're spending the money on this, like, yeah, as far as a line
Back
item and a
brace,
budget,
80,
let's
80
do
bucks.
it. Yeah.
Or we can just go down to Goodwill. They probably have some lying around.
And just spread those cheeks, and then she knows, right? Because it would be that fucking 10, 15 seconds of waiting where you're just like, oh, shit, my life's about to end. And I'm about to die in the worst way possible. They're going to shoot a cannonball through my asshole, and then it's going to go out my mouth.
Mr. Hands.
We call that the Ben Franklin. But I brought it all.
Well, it's maybe a Mr. Hands.
Yeah, Mr. Hands
Execution
style, yeah.
style. You
Yeah.
put somebody in stocks and fire a fucking baseball up their ass.
Wow, shit.
That'd be 1,000 miles per hour. Now I want to see this happen to a human being. If
Same
you're over,
here.
Russian soldiers or Ukrainian soldiers, you guys are all committing war crimes right now. Maybe get your hands on one of these bad boys. Or shoot somebody point blank with an RPG from like, I don't know, 10 feet away where it's not
So it
far
doesn't
enough for it to
arm? Yeah,
arm,
it doesn't arm.
and to
Yeah.
see if it punches. Because I've seen it lodge in vehicles and stuff.
Didn't that
But
happen in Black Hawk Down?
I don't know if it actually happened, but in the movie, yeah.
Yeah, they did it. It showed it in the movie.
It happened in Kirkuk doing something I used to do. A guy was driving down the road with the fin sticking out the back. We were like, you got an RPG in the back of your car. And he's
I've
like,
definitely seen that.
yeah,
And
good times.
buildings
Yeah.
and fucking
Oh, yeah.
vehicles. Like if
Fuck,
they
dude.
fight, they're dum-dums. So they'll fire them, even if it skips off of something, then it won't arm.
Yeah.
Even if it goes farther and shit like that, so it'll just lodge in the side of.
and a lot of times they're trashed. What they have, they don't take care of them
Yeah.
properly. So that all
those,
takes.
some of those are from the fucking 70s,
Yeah.
where they were at the time.
So they're as old as me.
Now they've got new Russian shit.
And they got new Russian shit.
RPG 27.
I saw that video you were talking about yesterday where they made Homeboy dig his own grave and then fucking they just murked him. I wouldn't do that shit. I wouldn't dig my fucking grave.
It depends on. I'll negotiate if I'm gonna die, no matter what. You know, and they're offering like, hey, here's a cigarette, dig your own grave. Like, all right, maybe
for a cigarette.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I can't think of anything that would make me do it, but that I understand why somebody might do that.
Digging a hole just fucking sucks, man. I mean, it's just absolutely.
I mean, you
fucking
got to
sucks.
square the edges up so the dirt doesn't keep falling in.
And
if
then
you
your
try to,
hands. I mean, it's a whole mess, dude. What would you do if you were in that sitch? And they were like, "Hey, we've got you, and we're gonna fucking kill you. We want you to dig your own grave first. What do you say?"
I'd say, yeah, we make people dig graves in one of our courses, so I'm a big fan of it.
But would you do it?
No, I wouldn't do it. I'd rather piss them off. What I would do is probably drop my pants, take a shit, and then just have them kill me right there. Like, I'm going to go out on my terms. My terms.
Okay.
I want my bladder and I want my ass just free and clear of everything. Take a dump, give them the finger, shoot me in the head, and then literally they can do what they want there. The vultures can take me.
Hang on. So I'm going to back this up, all right?
Yeah.
Because we're getting dark today. We're on Patreon. Who gives a fuck, right? I mean, audio show this goes out to millions of people, but whatever.
Cheers.
Cheers. If they said, look, if you don't dig the grave, there's 18 of us here. We're all going to take turns raping you for the next week until you're ready to dig that grave. What do you do?
yeah, but that's something that happens that people do pretty regularly on purpose a lot. Not get raped necessarily, but get fucked in their ass. So how bad could that even be?
For weeks?
Live to fight another day.
Yeah, like that doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
No.
I'd
dig that fucking grave.
I've taken
I'm all good, dude.
I've taken big shits before.
I think I'd.
It's not that bad.
Not
this
18,
big.
yeah.
Not this big. not this
that.
big. Tell
There's
your
no
friends,
way.
ladies.
Like, you're not going to scare me, but with something that people do recreationally. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like,
No,
yeah,
you can go ahead and end my life. I'm good. I'm good at that point. Dig that grave, boss. Yes, sir. Can I make water? I would ask all the things. Like,
I'd dress him up pretty and brush his hair every night before I fucked him.
Russians in particular are on the smaller end of penis size in Europe, it appears.
Is that a cock map?
This is a cock map of Europe.
Why is it blue?
Well, blue means
it's
longer.
colder there?
No, the blue ones are the longer ones.
Yeah, and then the dark blue, that's the Czech Republic right there. They got hogs over there.
6.3. Wait, isn't Joel's wife from the Czech Republic?
Yeah.
Red flag.
She's into bondage. She's into some super dark shit.
Yes.
Or that's, an endorsement of Joel's hog.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? Joel, is Joel back there? Let's see
yeah,
that
he's
hog,
back there.
brother,
He's got
later on.
Yeah, he's got the headphones on.
Is my wife next to him? Yeah, well, then let's not see it now, but later on, Joel, we'll see it tomorrow. You roll that hog out after the show,
Hey, man.
Yeah. What? Hi.
Saying hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Now's the point in the show where we should end it, obviously. But we do this thing called Drinkin' Bro of the Week, which is someone who has inspired you or helped you become the person you are today. Who'd you like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
Ooh, a buddy of mine, Jason Koloski. He's doing some amazing things. He's a former recon guy, just been helping me with some business and making sure I'm staying on track with everything. So I want to give him a big shout out.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then we also have a listener here. Would you like to come up and give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week? Come on up.
Yeah, who are you?
Swap out with Ray here real quick, and we'll end the show with you today. Thanks for stopping by. Everybody knows if you're in Austin, Texas, you can just stop on by the studio, watch, and then come up and give your own Drinkin' Bro of the Week here. We appreciate you coming by. Tell everybody your name.
Reese Hall.
Reese Hall. Look at that, dude. Very
spelled
deep,
like
Reese.
the candy, not any of that retarded shit.
Yeah, there we go.
Wait, is there a with a Y? It's pronounced Reese.
Oh yeah, RHYS. Yeah, that's
it's like
stupid.
why do you?
I think that's
I
Irish though, isn't it?
I think it might be.
It's
Jonathan
like
Rhys Myers.
I think
Bob?
it's a Gaelic spelling.
I think so, right?
Which is
Gaelic.
Gay.
Yeah, you can go ahead and take the lick off that. How long have you been listening to the show?
Man, since 2016, maybe
Oh,
the
shit.
summer of 2015.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I went to Port Aransas High School, but I was living in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Okay.
So I had about a 45-minute drive, so I just play y'all's show on the way to school.
That's awesome, man. Well, I
Yeah.
see you got the defund
course,
politician
of
shirt
course.
on, dude.
Yeah.
We greatly appreciate the support and everything else. Put it about an inch from your face. There you go. Boom. No worries. I just want everybody to hear you. Who'd you like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
My mom.
Okay, great.
100%. She, ever since COVID started, she's been taking contracts with like low-funded hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the money was still great, but she got offered a contract in New York for like $6,000 a week, but instead chose a hospital in Albany, Georgia. No, that's Alabama.
Albany is the capital of New York.
Yeah, it's America's. Sorry, the first one was in America's.
There is
Georgia.
in Albany, Georgia, though.
Yeah, she also worked a contract there.
I was going to say, yeah, I'm from
that was like
Georgia.
her third one.
You shouldn't go to Georgia.
It was never about the money. She just wanted to help as many people as possible. And she knew that all this shit was bullshit from the start.
Mm-hmm.
And instead just treated people how she could. And fortunately, some of the doctors got pissed off about that, which is quite interesting. But she's a fucking rock solid mom. I one of the greatest human beings I've ever met. For a dainty woman, she's the hard as nails, and she's definitely a warrior. Working, 90 hours a week just to help as many people as she can.
That's
right
awesome.
now she's in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the only reason I was able to come here today is because I'm going up there to spend some time with her.
That's great, man. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We appreciate all the support, man, for real.
Yeah, dude, you guys, I wanted to thank Dan personally, but I want to thank you as well. You guys.
Why Dan first?
Well, he was here first. But you guys, both of y'all, what you guys do here is fucking amazing. And I'm glad to be a part of the community.
Yeah, man.
Honestly. You guys, I can't give you, I can't put it into words how much credit I can give it to y'all. I was telling Dan, you guys put me in the right mindset I needed to be in. I graduated in 2020, right when COVID kicked off, and I don't mind telling you that it's fucking hard, stemming from that. But
Yeah, what a weird time because you
Yeah,
got to be
fucking
what?
sucked.
You got to be what? 20?
Yeah, I'm 20.
You look like you're 20
Yeah.
years old. With that, like, because we didn't have to grow up with any of this bullshit. Like, what a weird spot to be graduating because it should be the happiest moment of your life, and then you're stuck in this. Some friends of mine who have kids your age had told me they were like, man, I don't even know what to tell my kids about all of this shit. And then they can't enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
Because then you're supposed to go to college. A lot of them got delayed on college, and then everything else. A lot of their high school graduations got canceled, proms, everything else. And what did you do afterwards, I guess, and how did you come out of it?
Well, my plan was to join the military, but MEPS is like super fucking woke. So my problem was that I have a lot of scars on my body. And Corpus Christi in particular has like a red flag on it. So
what do they think? You were trying to kill yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
So even though I went and saw a counselor in 2018 during school, just stressed out, they wanted the notes from that counselor. But for all I know, that counselor's dead. The guy retired, and
it kind of sounds like you're confessing to a murder right now.
Yeah, did you kill him?
This is gonna be a fucking documentary.
Even if I did, I would regret it because I fucking need him to be alive. Like, in order for me to join the military, that is.
Yeah.
But I did everything I could to try and track this guy down, and his last post on Facebook was in 2018. So, and this guy was old. So for all I know, this guy's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Right.
R.I.P.
The business that he worked out of, like the building, is some.
Do you know the doctor's name?
No.
Okay.
Well, actually, but the funny thing is that he was the psyche eval guy that my recruiting station would go to for anyone that needed a psyche eval. So they know he retired, and I'm sure they have some other way to contact him. But
well, there was a story that I read online about a doctor who spread his ass cheeks and then got killed with a cannonball.
Might have been him.
Might have been him.
I don't know.
Have you tried a Ouija board?
No, trying
Would you
to
like
contact
to?
him through. I mean,
immediate psychic
God
meeting.
damn it!
Is there one here?
If Giorgio
What
was
was
here
that dude's
today,
name? John Edwards.
we would
Remember
do
the guy?
it. Yeah. Oh, John Edwards. Yes.
It's like,
The psychic.
so stupid.
It's all real.
Didn't he get sued into bankruptcy?
No, I think,
I think he did.
he saved a lot of lives, and I don't know that we should be judging him, Dan.
I wouldn't join the military right now.
Yeah,
go
you
to
actually
a
asked me
sheriff's
this.
department and become a deputy sheriff. That's a good way to serve your community.
Where I'm at right now is I want to serve at some capacity. I want to be a cop in Corpus Christi.
Yeah, I mean, sheriffs are good.
Even
deputies, so
yeah, I'm actually
it's
starting.
it's
to
an
look in
elected
more
position.
Yeah, exactly. The Corpus Christi Police Department, they're a great department. That I don't know if you know this, but there were really no BLM riots there.
Yeah.
So like the people there actually support the police,
Right.
Unlike Austin or Houston.
Yeah.
Dan says it all the time on the show, man. If you're going to be one, go to a town where at least you have support.
Yeah.
And
Ever since I was 10 years old, I knew I wanted to join the military. And it was just my number one goal. I knew no matter what, I played ball in high school, and like I was pretty good at it. So I was like, well, if I can go to college, great. But I knew no matter what, I am going to serve. And then when that was kind of taken away from me, I'm trying to figure out how I can still fulfill that need that's inside me. And being a cop nowadays, it is still a noble position, but damn, you're risking a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Especially as a city police, because like even if you're in a decent situation, one vote for a new mayor can fuck it all up. You know what I mean? But the sheriff's department is what it is. Like the sheriff gets elected mostly based on just the crime rate, right? And if you fuck up and don't do a good job, you're gone.
see you later.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I like about
Are
that.
sheriffs elected by county?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they sure are.
I don't know who the Nueces County sheriff is.
You should find out and go talk to them.
Yeah.
Like
I
here,
know,
here in
go.
Hayes, they're in Hayes County here. So Driftwood, Dripping Springs, Kyle, and what's the other one?
San Marcos.
San Marcos. They're doing a big recruiting push right now. They're trying to hire all the Austin cops that are fucking lead. Well, I'll do a
There's
story.
not even fucking. There are no Dripping Springs police.
No, that's not. It's not an incorporated.
Yeah, there's no PD. It's
City,
just Hayes
yeah.
County.
Yeah.
There's constables and sheriffs. I guess
But
that's
it's Austin is experiencing a mass exodus of officers right now, and it's become a problem now that they're going to have to do something about. As a matter of fact, it looks like there might be some weird shit that happens at City Hall sometime soon about it. But yeah, I would look into that sheriff's department.
And they'll sit down and have a conversation with you. So if you go and ask them,
Let me ask you guys something. Do you think it's ignorant to think that you could be a good cop?
No, not at all.
Even if you never have been in the type of situation that they're putting through daily, working the hours that they work.
I mean, yeah, it's a little ignorant, right? But we all go into everything ignorant. Ask anybody who has kids whether they were ready to have kids. Like you get prepared to the level you're able to get prepared, and then you fucking deal with whatever comes. That's just how it is. That's how everything in life is.
But if you're passionate about it, whatever you're doing in this life, because none of it's easy, run seltzer media companies, whatever it is, like it's going to be hard. There is no other way around it. And then you'll have the great moments, and then you'll have the down moments, and hopefully the great outweighs the down moments, and you have a pretty sweet life.
But a lot of that is about managing expectations. I mean, it is. You said it yourself. It's service, right? So it's not. It might be fulfilling to you, but it's not always going to be pleasant.
Yeah.
And it's not about you either.
And you were servicing others, same as your mom. So
exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I kind of get a lot of my values from, is from her, just through her actions, right? She never sat me down and said, "This is what you got to do." Right, to be a functional human being in this society. She just did it, and I watched and I paid attention, and like I said, fucking warrior she is.
Yeah, and if you don't believe in that kind of conditioning, say fuck in front of your kid once, and then spend the next 2 weeks trying to get them to stop saying it, and see which one is more successful. They will always do what you do.
Yeah. Well, look, we wish you the best of luck, and we thank you for being here. And again, thanks for all your support for the show. Thank you to everybody at home. You can support us by going to iTunes right now, rating the show a 5-star, and leaving a quick review. I'll shut up about it. Just 10,000. Just that's it. Just get us over that. I'll never say it again. Spotify, same thing, where it's, I think, 60, 800, somewhere in there.
Once we get to 10,000, Joel will kill himself live on air.
Yes, live on air, and I will never say it again. Ray Cash Care, thank you for being here, sir. We greatly appreciate it, brother. Anytime you're here, stop on by. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros podcast. Good night, everyone.